Kentucky saw a healthy turnout of voters at the polls for the 2024 election. ABC 36's Jane Davenport spoke with the Secretary of State, Michael Adams, about the voting process and what he'd like to change for the next election.
Even though Kentucky is still counting ballots, Secretary of State Michael Adams says the state had a pretty good voter turnout.
Right now, we're at about 59.9% turnout. I think we'll hit 60 before we're done. That's high. That's actually about what we had 4 years ago. We had 2.1 million voters vote. That was about 60%. So we're on track for a similar turnout model from 2020.
As for those registered voters, 47% are Republican and 43% are Democratic.
I think what you have to look to is not so much the registration, it's how people vote. You have a lot of Democrats who vote for Republicans. That's been true for a long time.
For those who cast their vote in person,
we didn't have violence at the polls or bomb threats or the kinds of things that you were seeing in other states. Kentuckians were very well behaved. There were no reports that people were getting into fights over their preferred candidates in line. Kentuckians were very chill, very polite yesterday.
But there were some technical issues at the polls in Jefferson County that Adams says were eventually fixed.
It's unacceptable. I'm going to be working with the legislature to establish best practices in the law.
As for the 15,000 poll workers who have worked tirelessly to give Kentucky a free and fair election,
we can't do it by ourselves. We have to rely on the general public to, instead of criticizing and attacking and spreading falsehoods, to actually volunteer and be part of this process.
Adams says if he could change anything about the election process here in Kentucky,
I do think we need to have a better understanding of how many days of early voting we need for a particular election.
He says he plans on working with legislature to continue improving the election process here in the Commonwealth. In Frankfort, Jane Davenport, ABC 36 News Now.